Hey everyone, happy Easter. Hope you're having a good weekend and you're enjoying the nice weather if it's as nice out there as it is here. So one of the questions I got asked on my Instagram yesterday was, how does competing and training and working out like that affect, or how has it affected my social life? So, okay, nope. Sorry. I guess to start, I'll talk about my prep last year and how it kind of affected that. To begin with, when I went in a small town in Valley View, I didn't go out a lot. When I was hanging out with people, I would just be going over to a girlfriend's house or driving into GP and going to a movie. So my social life wasn't that crazy. I didn't do a whole lot anyway. But once I started prepping for my competition, it changed a little bit. I didn't have a boyfriend anymore, so the guy who I was dating pretty much broke up with me because of, well, there was some conflict there. But anyway, he really didn't like what I was doing, and he thought I was gross and manly and wasn't attracted to me anymore and just didn't support me and what I was doing at all. So that was one of the first things. That was pretty hard. To be with someone who didn't support you at all, and especially with bodybuilding and competing and stuff, I've learned how important it is that if you're going to be with someone, that you need to be with someone who supports you 100%. Otherwise, in this, it's never going to work. Jealousy does crazy things, and I just really don't think it'll work if they don't support you. So that was the first thing. The second thing, I guess, when I would go out with people or hang out with people who didn't, I guess, like, a lot of people don't really understand this, right? Lots of people get just the wrong idea about bodybuilding and competing, and like, that's fine. Like, there's people who last year would ask me legit questions, real questions, and really wanted to know and were interested in it, so I would tell them and talk to them about it and give them answers so they knew. There was other people who just totally bash what I was doing. Of course, that's pretty normal though, right? So, but I guess it's when I hung out with people who didn't know or who didn't do it, which no one in Valley View did it back then. So back then, like I say, like it's a long time ago, last year, they would, I guess it got to the point where I didn't really have anything else to talk about other than my meal prep and my workouts and my training. And that's all I really wanted to talk about. I can see how it got annoying for some of the people who I used to hang out with, because I mean, that's all I did, right? I woke up, I did cardio, I went to work, and then I trained, and that's all I did. That was my main focus. That was all I did. So I can see how it got annoying, but that's all I had to talk about all the time was my training. So now that I live in Edmonton, I've met so many people through Instagram and through social media and through competing who I competed against last year that I can honestly call some of my best friends now. So now that I moved to the city, the people who I hang out with, most of them either train or they do compete or they're going to compete for the first time this year. And it's so much easier to hang out with someone who has competed or who is competing, because when we hang out, it's us training together or us meal prepping together, or our conversations are all just stuff that I can relate to. So it is a lot easier. I mean, I still have friends who don't do this, who I'm still very close with, but I also have lost a lot of friends. But I also think that's just part of growing up, and that's life, right? So I can't necessarily say that it is because of me starting to compete, but competing can kind of, I don't know, it kind of weeds out the friends who aren't really friends, I guess, because the ones who don't support you are going to either be jealous or they're just not worth your time. So if you have people who don't support you doing this, just tell them you'll see them later, because you don't need them. Another thing, how this affects my social life this year. I do like going out and I like to dance. And in my off season, around Christmas and in January, I did drink more than I usually ever drink. That really wasn't me. I think it was just because I wasn't used to living in the city and being able to go out that much. So I can still go out now and not drink and just dance because I can still have fun like that. Lots of people can't, but I can. So I don't know. I think a lot of it is just being more prepared because I think it's easy for me because of the friends I made now and because of how busy I am. I don't have time to do all that. I don't have time to do a bunch of extra stuff, right? So I really only have time to get my cardio in and weight train and in my job, right? So for me, my social life isn't too crazy, but last year I would go quadding and go to the cabin and I would just prep my meals and throw them in a cooler, and a lot of it's just preparation, right? So I think once you have the prep part down, you should be able to balance your social life a lot easier. This is a weird topic because I don't do a whole lot, but I mean, I travel, and when I travel, I prep my meals. It's just really a lot easier to do when you have friends who do the same thing as you. And the other thing I want to talk about is confidence. Competing, if competing has done one thing for me, it has boosted my confidence level so much higher than it's ever been. I still don't like wearing a bikini. I still don't like talking to people I don't know. But through competing and since last year, I can honestly say that I have got 100 times better at talking to people I don't know. And it's because of bodybuilding. When you're backstage, you meet so many people. And I'm super, super awkward. What is that? And if you know me personally, you will know that. And I never even used to be able to go up to people and talk to them if I didn't know them. I would just pretty much clam up and stutter and not be able to say a word. So through bodybuilding and being backstage and having to go and meet my trainers and my coaches and having to talk to people like that, I feel so much better about myself. And yeah, working that hard and having your body look the way it does, your confidence levels are going to go through the roof. And I'm not perfect. There's still lots of days where, not lots of days, every day. I know there's things that I can improve about myself, but bodybuilding and competing has made that a lot better for me. My social life has improved because of that. I'm not scared to meet people anymore. I'm not scared to go up and talk to people in the gym. If I ask sometimes if I think a girl's competing, I'll go up to them and ask if they're competing or if they've done shows before. So bodybuilding and competing has definitely improved my confidence a lot. So that's probably the best thing I can say about competing is that how it's made me feel so much better about myself. And I think that anyone who competes will say the same. I don't really have much else to say about the social life thing because I don't really have much of one anymore, but I'm at home right now and I'm just walking around outside because it's super nice out. And I think I'm going to go because I'm pretty sure my family is coming outside and they're going to think I'm crazy for doing this. So I will... Oh, maybe they're not. No, someone's leaving. Okay, now I just feel weird. If you guys have any other questions, leave them on the comments. What else can I talk about? I don't know. This video is kind of long and I haven't really talked about a whole lot. One thing I am going to say, that if you have people who don't support you through this and you're competing for the first time, tell them to get lost. Just tell them to fuck off. That's my opinion, because there was a lot of people who were jealous of me. Well, I think they were jealous, or they just, I don't know, didn't agree with what I was doing, but I wish I would have said bye to them a long time ago. So if you have people who don't support you and think what you're doing is stupid, they're either jealous that they can't do it, or they simply just don't agree with what you're doing. But if they do, they're not worth your time, and you should tell them to get lost, because it'll be way better in the long run, and the people who do support you are going to stand by you no matter what. And if this is your first competition, you're going to meet so many people who do the exact same thing as you, and I guarantee you will make so many friends, so many friends through that. And a lot of people think it's stupid that I've made friends over Instagram and through social media the way I have, but I don't care, because some of them are honestly really are the best friends that I've made. So just kind of keep that in mind about the people who don't support you, because there's a lot of people who don't agree with what you do and are going to try and bring you down, and you don't want that, so don't let it happen. Hi, Chloe. This is my puppy. I'll show you guys. Come here. Oh, puppy. Hi, little puppy. Oh, yeah. She's lovable, that's for sure. Okay, but I'm going to go and eat that awesome s'more cookie that I posted on Instagram, and probably eat about 5 turkey buns. Don't worry, I'm not going to overdo it. Yeah, right. Okay, have a good day, guys. See ya.